And welcome to another exciting episode of Good Morning Tourism right here on CHTV. And of course, I am Erica Mintaohene. I have here with me, in fact, our gurus are here again. My immediate right is Mr. Eric Sosu, who is the CEO of Belarusian Travel and Tour Agency, also the CEO of Dan Eric Agro Services. My left, I have here Nana Mpacho Michiao.
Yes.
I have here with me Nana Baswabwache, who is the president of Society of African Travel Advisors, the CEO of BT Express Services, and the former country director of American Society of Travel Advisors. And then, of course, I have to remind you again that he's been holding this position for the past 10 years. Yeah, he held it for 10 good years. So Nana and Mr. Eric, you're welcome once again to Good Morning Tourism.
Thank you.
And of course, my people at home, thank you for sticking and staying with us. We will go for a quick turn after that. You know how we do it. Another insightful yet exciting episode comes your way. Stay with us. Welcome back. If you just tuned in, this is Good Morning Tourism right here on CHTV. And of course, I am Erica Mintaohene. Nana, let me start with you.
Okay.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I love your shirt. I love the colors.
Thanks so much. You're an African period. That's why I'm wearing
Of course. That African period, that brings us to Panafest.
Yeah, sure.
Nana, what is Panafest? If we say Panafest, what is it?
Panafest is Pan-African Festival.
Yeah.
And I abbreviated to Panafest.
Panafest.
It's a Pan-African festival. And it was been established in 1902 by Professor Fuwa Sutherland and Almighty Professor Yanka. They established Panafest. And then it's been held 2 years interval. So this is the 16th edition. And they are having this program all the time. And basically, they formed this festival to reconnect with people of African descent in diaspora for political, economic, and social life changing. And that's why they established Panafest. So Panafest is to reconnect with the people of the African descent, for them to know the spiritual connection between their root. And that's why every year we can see people in diaspora travel to Ghana to celebrate Panafest. That's well noted on that.
So what are some activities and events that take place?
Okay. They have Women's Day, they have Children's Day, they have cultural activities day. They en route to slave camps for spiritual cleansing at Manso. They go there for spiritual cleansing. What it means is that they were shut out of the door of no return, and now they have returned. So meaning that they need to go and do the rituals at the Manso side for them to go on purification period. They go to the riverside where the elders purify them in that stream for them to know that they have reconnected with their roots and they are come to stay. So now it's not point of no return, it's a point of return. Yeah.
So Panafest, how does it promote tourism?
Yeah, it's a cultural event, so you can see Ghanaian culture is vibrant, and you have a rich history concerning all these slave trade and return to the Jamestown some 400 years ago. And then, being as a country, if you don't know your root, if you don't know your history, if you don't know your culture, it means you are not a human being. If you don't know your root, you don't know your culture, you don't know your history, where we are coming from, and where we are now today, and where we are going tomorrow. It means, and that's why it's important.
Yeah.
All these people in African descent are traveling back home, but they want to trace their root. Because it was like people forced them, not on their own will, but they forced them into slavery about 400 years ago. You can just imagine, those who came as traders tend to be masters, encamping people to slave trade. Can you imagine this? You came as a trader, you come to trade with me. By the end of the day, you end up becoming masters. So all these stories has its own way of telling it. And then we need to tell our story.
Yeah.
Not people just to blow out our story out of proportion. No, we need to tell our story as it is. And then you need to call justice to this reparation. Because it's something that it wasn't pleasant at the time. You were not there at that time, but you can read from the history books. And then you can even also see the videos, how people were forced into slavery, beating them to death. I mean, molesting them, raping them, all kind of atrocities were meant to our moms. Yeah. And that's why it's important to me today. Our Honorable Vice President, Her Excellency, Professor Opoku Jane, was a guest of honor to open the Panafest. It tells you women are very important as far as this event is concerned. Because when war happens, or when the slave trade era, it's the women and children who suffer most. As for the men, they can struggle to their death. But as for the women, somebody are raping them, they don't have anywhere to go to complain. You need to shut up and take it cool. But now, the point that was shut out, point of no return, has become a point of return for our brothers and sisters to come back home to see where it all begins. And that's why it's important for us to acknowledge this cultural event. And they are also infused Emancipation Day into Panafest. So it's a pair of two programs in one pot. That's happened right now, and it's coming to an end. Hopefully today, Panafest.
When did it start?
It started from July 25th.
25th
and
July.
Then it's supposed to happen the last day of the 3rd. That's this August 3rd.
Okay.
And then Panafest come to an end. And then they have a lot of programs. They brought it up for people to enjoy the flavor of Panafest.
Nana, so Panafest, what economic benefits is it?
People are calling Panafest as a good port, and I agree with them. Because if you can even see, or if you are there to witness what is happening now in Kikos right now. Now, all the indigenous people who are doing craft, who are doing small things, those who are selling food, those who are, organizing events alongside Panafest, they are all having their share as far as economic activity is concerned. And then it changes people's economy, their pocket overnight, because people are buying, people are willing to spend. So the spending spree goes up for people to spend. If you have people from diaspora, anything that come across that interests them, they want to buy. Once they are buying, then they are pumping money into the economy.
Exactly.
So overnight, people's pockets have been becoming something that they will, all the time they will see it come again. In tourism, we come and say, come again, traveler. They will like to, see people coming again for Panafest event.
So, Mr. Eric, Panafest. What do you have to say about Panafest?
I think my brother Baswa has given a detailed meaning of Panafest.
Yes.
Which is something that have been created down, was formed by some people somewhere in 1992.
1992.
Yes. And it has been in existence till now. So the purpose of this Panafest is to bring African origins. As you mentioned, the day of emancipation. For us to remember the days of slavery. The days that were restricted from our right. And now we've had our liberation, which is the freedom. It casts our mind back to what our forefathers went through. So when we see this, it becomes a day of joy for us as Africans, even those in the diaspora. And it brings them back, casts their mind back. Some believe they are from Sierra Leone, some believe they are from Ghana, some believe they are from Nigeria, some believe they are from Benin, that's Cotonou. Some also believe they are from Senegal. So some trace their names, rather no, though they are from Senegal, but they are Ghanaians. Some believe they are from Senegal, but they are Sierra Leoneans. Some believe they are from Liberia, but they are Ghanaian. Some also believe they are from Cote d'Ivoire, but they are Ghanaian. So it cut across. So this was set up to bring Africans together and to make sure we unify ourselves as one people, despite our diverse way of our country that we come from, despite our language that we speak, despite whether you have been in diaspora That's why wherever you are, we are African. Let us come back and fight one common goal, as our forefathers started. You know, Nkrumah said it some years back, that Africa, we can do it.
Yeah. And of course, we are doing it.
Yes. So, the purpose of this panel first, as my brother have mentioned earlier on, is to bring blacks together.
Yeah.
So they know their root.
So Panafest has been in existence since 1992.
Yes.
How has it evolved over the years?
Yes, over the years, some of us have not. When you follow the trend, I think it is now that we are realizing, let us boost up.
Okay.
Okay? Let us boost up and then make sure that we inform those in diaspora to remember where they are coming from. Yeah. Okay?
How do we intend to do that?
Yes, it's by by informing our own people, our children who are outside, our friends who are outside. We have to sell what we have as an African outside. Yeah. There are a lot of the blacks who doesn't believe they are from Ghana, they are Africans. Once they were born there, their forefathers were there, they were born there, their mothers, their fathers, their grandfathers, their great-grandfathers were born there through slavery. So they believe that's where they come from. But we have to let them realize that they were there not by mistake, but it's through slavery that brought them there. Exactly. So some of them end up coming to Africa to even school in our universities to learn how the slave trade came about.
So is Panafest same as Year of Return?
Panafest
it's different.
It's different, yeah. Panafest is different. And for Year of Return, it's every year.
Every year.
Yeah, it's every year which happens, you know. But the Panafest is basically, you know, they make sure Panafest must go to areas where there is tourism. For instance, like the Cape Coast Castle, maybe Elimina Castle, maybe James Fort Castle, or maybe Christopher Castle. That's where they will take the people around, the dungeon. This is where they started from. They bring them from here, from the ship to here, you know. They take them through the processes to the down below, to the sea. They go through all these processes to remember what their forefathers went through.
Great. So Nana, are there any goals and aspirations for this Panafest Festival?
Yeah, the goals.
Can you walk us through?
Yeah, like I earlier said, the goals are there for us. The ultimate aim is that to reconnect with the people in diaspora. That's all. And not to reconnect with them, but accept them into our society. Yeah. Because the most important thing is that it's called for action. And the action is that you are readmitting to your own country, not just you are a foreigner. And that's why our former president said they should be given passport free of charge for them to feel at home. So 2 minutes of Foreign Affairs and then 2 minutes of Interior, they establish that gateway for those who are coming back home to receive Ghanaian passport. And then receiving a Ghanaian passport makes you who you are. Because at the end of the day, you are Ghanaian. And then they receive birth certificate as well. And people even adopted Ghanaian names, changing their names. Somebody was calling William Richard. His name called Kofi Usu. He has changed the name entirely for the reflections of the soul, for them to feel at home. Some of them even went to Menchia to give them names. I quite remember one guy was giving Kwambunzu. All these things helps a lot because it promotes Ghanaian identity. And like my brother said, people believe that they come from Sierra Leone, Liberia, Senegal, Nigeria, Benin, Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso. It doesn't matter. Now, the most important thing is that you are setting them the way they are. Because it was not their will. It wasn't their will at all, actually. Some people forced them into it. And that's why people are also calling for justice. Because it happens against the white. By this time, they are blown out of the trumpet, calling for justice. But it happened to Africans. So the word has come to a standstill whereby nobody is talking. That's what I'm saying is that all these goals are there to sensitize people, for them to know where they came from, so that staying there will be a comfortable zone for them. But coming back to their root will be the ultimate goal for them to achieve it. So if you are tracing your root, some people trace their root through DNA. Yes. They go for DNA tests and he reveals to them that you come from Ghana. They go, let me make an example here. People in Jamaica, I'm using a classical example as Jamaica. They were shipped from Ghana. So the British left them on the island. And then they flown back to UK. And Ghanaians at that time, they go for Jamaica, and then it became Jamaica. Jamaica. When you leave somebody behind and you are not caring for them, they left them to the island. And then they moved back to UK without informing them. So when they were staying in that island, and then they asked themselves, and go for them Jamaica, or into Jamaica. Then you got the name Jamaica. I've went to Jamaica before. There's a woman called Afiye and Asantua and Usua. Their names are there. They have epitaph where their names have been written on it. Epitaph is a foundation stone being written on it. Something. That or so. When I went there, they said that woman was a brave woman. They fought against the white. But so when the woman died, they buried her at the center of the town. So when you go to Jamaica, that woman's statue is there at the center of the town. You can feel it and see it. So all the time, it remembers them wanting Jamaica. So now, it's left to you Ghanaians. And let me also give you a critical example again. I believe the time will also come for us to come there. These are all things. Our own king was called John Kanu. John Kanu was a king in this Kof, in the Western region. He was a hunter king. And he fought the Dutch because he was working with Bredesburg. And then they left the fort, sell it to their interest to the Dutch people. He said, I'm working with you as agent. So if you are leaving your interest, why don't you leave it to me? Yeah. And he took over the fort. When he took over the fort, they said, we are not going to give it to you, the Dutch people. So they need to fight that king. And he traveled to Kumasi to go and seek support from the Ashantis. So he went to Utumfo and said, I want to seek you army support to go and fight the Dutch. Now the Utumfo advised him, don't go there. They will come in massive to come and fight you. So don't go there. Stay here. And then they got Nzima, aggregate Nzima in Kumasi. So meaning that those who migrated from Nzima came and stayed in Kumasi. And then that John Kanu, they are celebrating him as a hero within the 28 member states of the Caribbean. They call it John Kanu Festival. You can Google it and say it. Yeah. So all these things, we Ghanaians need to take advantage. If the 28 member Caribbean states are celebrating John Kanu Festival, and it's a royal from Ghana, what are you doing as Ghanaians? These are the sensitization programs we need to put out there, telling our own story, so that at the end of the day we can achieve our aim. Our goal is that to bring people back home. So you need to tell them the celebration that you are being made here originally came from Ghana, and they know it as well. So when you go to Bahamas, when you go to Barbados, Suriname, mention Trinidad and Tobago, they all celebrate this great king, that he was a brave guy. Now time has come for us to tell them this is the story. Then in doing that, you achieve our goal that you want to set. You need to be, proactive. In tourism, you need to play a cautious effort to make sure that what you want tomorrow, you start practicing today. So but tomorrow, you can achieve your aims. Not doing that, it means you are not promoting it. So when you are promoting it, you are rightfully on course for you to achieve your aim.
Thank you,
and
Nana.
that's most important.
Thank you.
You need to acknowledge that.
Thank you, exactly. Mr. Eric, why are the youth not being involved in the Panafest celebration?
The youth are involved in the Panafest.
How?
Yes.
How are they involved?
They are involved.
In which way?
They do attend.
How many youth can you say?
Oh, even quite recently, I saw a lot of youth traveling to Cape Coast to attend the
Panafest.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So, with this Panafest celebration, can you break it down some of the activities? Can you like walk us through? And then over the years, are some of the activities being added to it over the years?
Yes. Over the years, it has been slow.
Slow.
But as time goes on, we get new things adding up.
How sure are you?
Yes, because some of us have followed the old trend as they started the Panafest. Initially, when they started, it was vibrant when they started. But along the line, people were not having much interest in it. So they have to go by advertisement on social media, on the radio, on the television, to draw people's attention to the Panafest.
But what do you think made people lose interest in Panafest?
It is because of activities. For instance, my brother do mention.
Was it getting boring?
Yeah, I think it was getting boring. But when they introduced a lot of something like a musical concert, you know, cultural shows and other things, they enjoy themselves.
It makes it more exciting.
They hear music, you know, they enjoy music, they dance, and that's what brings enjoyment at the end of the day. So I believe Panafest is not just about bringing people together, but to remember our oldies, where we are coming from. You see, as Africans, we have a lot to do.
A lot.
We have a lot to do. So our great-grandfathers, they have toiled for us to also follow the trend. But it seems like Africa, we are still not united. If we are united, I don't think we'll be thinking of bringing a lot of people together to remember where they are coming from. People thought, even there are people from Ghana here, as soon as they travel to America, they have changed their accent of language. They speak like the American, they speak like the European, but the African, you see, and they pretend as if they don't even understand even the tree. Whereby the white travel all the way to come to our universities and learn our local language. There are some white who can even sing our local songs for you.
Oh yes.
Yes. A song that you can't sing, they will sing it for you. So what we are saying is that let us embrace our local culture. Let us promote it. It's ours. It's not for anyone. It's ours. Let us promote it. For instance, you see Hobachocho, when you go to Volta region, look at how rich that culture is. When they are playing the Agbaja dance, they have something they call Achiagbeko. It's a long drum, like a talking drum. When they are playing it, you enjoy dancing it. You see, you even forget where you have problems. So these things bring us together for us to remember where we are coming from. You go to Ashanti region, you see people dancing at Dua and things. And you also like to also dance as they are dancing. Go along the way. You enjoy the activity.
Of course.
You go there, you also buy something. It also puts money in people's pockets.
Exactly.
So it's not about just coming there to enjoy alone, but it also brings money into people's pockets. You also go by transport.
So
people make money.
If individuals and then organizations want to come on board to support this Panafest, how are they? They
are welcome.
So everybody is welcome.
Everybody is welcome.
How do they go about it?
Yes, we have a lot of activities that they have to meet some of the institutions. And see what they can also bring on board and what they can also support them with. Yes. So you can't do it alone. You need the support.
Of course. Yes. Thank you so much. I believe, well, now you've learned more about Panafest. I also have. So kindly stay with us. We have a lot more bringing on the table. So please do stay with us. You're welcome back from that quick breather. If you just tuned in, this is Good Morning Tourism. We are continuing the conversation. So Mr. Eric, Borderless Africa. I believe we all have a fair idea of it, but then I want you to reiterate more on it for me.
Thank you very much, and let me also thank the viewers and the listeners as well. When we talk of borderless Africa, we want to make sure there won't be anything restraining anyone in terms of trading, in terms of crossing to the neighboring country. You see, all this started all the way back when the USA there were countries, and they decided to come together and form a common nation.
Yes.
Which they came together and formed the United States of America. Mm-hmm. So during the time of our forefathers, that was a Sergeant for Kwame Nkrumah, they started with African unity, that Africa must unite. Mm-hmm. Looking at how the whites were using their resources on us to control us, we have to also be on our own. So Africa must unite so that at least we can have a common goal.
Yes.
We can trade, we can do everything without any restriction. So we also came out by forming African Union. AU. Yes. You know, when we have the idea of forming the AU, we started very nicely, but along the line, we failed. So the Europeans also decided to also form the European Union. Yeah. They saw how effective it would be. Mm-hmm. At that time, the French France was falling. Other countries' currencies were falling. Mm-hmm. So they decided that they have to come together and form a union so they can have one currency. So when they started with the union, Germany, France, and I think Holland and Belgium, they started with this union. Okay. And then the others were coming in, were trooping in. Yeah. Even Switzerland decided not to be part of it. It was later before they also joined. So along the line, they were trooping in most of the Eastern Bloc, like countries like Slovenia, Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. They all came into it a bit by bit. Mm-hmm. And they've seen how helpful it has been in their economy. So as Africans, when we are able to take this initiative by uniting, by making sure that we will trade free, we will work free without any hindrances. Mm-hmm. For instance, crossing this Togo border, as a Ghanaian, they will ask you, on what basis are you going to Togo? Mm-hmm. Do you have an invitation? Where is your vaccination card? Yeah. Where is your Ghana card? Mm-hmm. Where is your passport? Even the passport, when you show the passport to them, for them to stamp the passport for you, you have to pay.
Yeah, you need to give something.
You see? And which is not helping the cause or the purpose of forming African Union.
Yes.
It's not helping their cause. Mm-hmm. So those who have it at the back of their mind that African Union is going to work, it won't work with this kind of things. It will never work. So let us make sure few countries should accept or should adopt the borderless initiative. Mm-hmm. Even if it is 4 countries, let's start with 4 countries. Okay. Even if it will start with Ghana, Togo, Benin. Or Ghana, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, and then Burkina Faso. Let's start with free trading. Along the line, Nigeria will come in. Traveling from here to Nigeria, don't be any border, we just go. Yeah. Traveling from here to Benin, don't be any border, you just go. You know, and the rest of the African countries will also troop into it. But if we didn't start from a point, it's very difficult for us to start at a goal. Yeah. So let us make sure we bring some people on board, even if it is 4 countries. Let's start with 4 countries. So we are in Ghana. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about our own. Yeah. We share border with Togo.
Yes.
How is our trading looks like? We share border with Burkina Faso, with Cote d'Ivoire. How is the trading system is like? We share border with Burkina Faso. How is it like? Do we find difficult to enter Burkina Faso? Do they also find difficult to enter into Ghana? Do Ghanaians find difficult to enter into Cote d'Ivoire? Do the Ivorians also find difficult to enter into Ghana? What about the Togolese? And for Togo, I will agree with you that even we speak the same language with them, the Ewe language. Yeah. When you go to Burkina too, with the northern part too, they also have the same Wangara. They speak the same language. When you go to our western part of Ghana, they also speak the same language with the Ivorians. You see? So it means we have something in common, something unique, that we can come together. Even Benin, they speak Ewe. Some part of Benin speak Ewe. So let's say Ghana speak Ewe, Togo speak Ewe, Benin speak Ewe. So we can all come together as one people. Let's take away this border from there, so we can have a free trade between the 2 countries. It will help a lot.
So what are some of the key benefits of borderless Africa to its citizens?
Sure. As I mentioned earlier on, it will make trading very easy. It will make travel very easy. It will even help us to even develop new way of helping or supporting or adopting something new into our tourism industry. Because if you want to learn something about tourism, you have to go to Benin.
Yes.
What are they doing special that we are not doing here? Okay?
Yes.
So you easily go there because you don't have anything to hinder you, whether you have a passport or whatever. Or somebody will ask you, where are you going? They will restrict you, they will frustrate you. Someone will talk, bias at you because you don't have a necessary document to cross the border. But this one is free. So you have access to go and then go and learn something new and come back. Especially those of us who are into the industry, other businesses. You go to those areas and go and learn. For us, some of I think the Togo and Benin, they also have free port.
Yes.
No, it's not free, but there's a way of doing it. That we can also go there and then channel our goods from there and then bring it to Ghana. Because we have a free movement.
Yeah.
Okay? So it will help the both countries that we can trade and then it will bring money into the system. And it's even going to unify those countries. That by so doing, we can easily come back and say, okay, look, let's make sure we go back by using one currency. It will help us, yes.
Thank you.
By introducing one currency.
Yeah.
That if we 4 countries or 5 countries adopt this system, we can use one currency. The Francophones, according to them, I remember the former president of France, that's Mitterrand.
Yeah.
He made a speech and said, if there's no Africa, there's no France. Because France, they don't have any resources that gives them money. They don't have any resources apart from tourism.
From Africa.
Yes, apart from tourism and then manufacturing of these Peugeot cars, Renault cars, those things are the only thing that give them money. Apart from that, there are other petty things that give them a bet. Their major source of income is from Africa. So if there's no Africa, there's no France. So Africa must unite, use one currency to seize them from entering or manipulating into our political space.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yes.
So Nana, you are not being left out from the conversation. We have the pros and cons to everything.
Yes, of course.
And then what are some of the negative impacts of borderless Africa?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's look at the organization of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It started in May 1963, led by our own first president, Dr. Osagie, for Kwame Nkrumah. Or for others like Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia and Abdul Nasser of Egypt. Three others, making 6 people, head of states, meeting at Addis Ababa to form this association.
Yeah.
And then in doing that, it has metamorphosed from a stage to another.
Yeah.
And then the whole idea was that to have United States of Africa. And then the blocks of Africa is being influenced by our colonial masters. So it's Francophone. They will try to influence them. It's Anglophone. They will try to influence us. That has been the negative aspect of this association that you are forming as one continent. And then in September 1999, they start to have a roadmap to establish African Union. So, whereby in July 2002, and then it came to effect as African Union in Durban, South Africa. So, when they started this project, the idea was that to bring African people together for full movement of people, goods, and services. That's the whole idea.
Yes.
But when you have free movement of people, goods, and services, it connects African business together.
Exactly.
Of an estimate of 1.5 billion people on one continent. Then our colonial masters see this effect. So it's going to cripple their economy.
Yeah.
But if it's going to cripple their economy, all the time they divide us and rule us. So it's like divide and rule tactics. They play on African leaders.
Yeah.
So when it happens, their colonial masters will tell them, I'm cutting the aid that I'm bringing to you. But when you want to grow, you cannot depend on aid. You need to be resilient and stand on our feet. Because Africa has 40% of the natural resources of the whole world. So coming together as Africans, it will serve us a lot.
Yes.
Quantify this into tourism. If you have 1.5 billion population and 10% of this population are connected within Africa, traveling within the African continent. Our economy will change overnight because France is leading the world pack with 100 million travelers, arrivals, into France.
Into France, yeah.
And then France is leading the world pack with these 100 million travelers every year. That's why France is the first destination in the world. So if you are having just 10%, I'm not saying 20%,
just
10% of the 1.5 billion to travel within Africa, to see people traveling from their own African country to their own African country with a single passport. But the idea is that for Africans to have a single passport, to achieve one single passport for African people, so that they can use it to access travel.
Yeah.
It then goes down to seamless travel. So it's connected. If you are not connected, how will you grow as a continent? So nobody needs to advise us. Time has come. Africa is not the future. Africa is present. So now, we need to take the responsibility on our own shoulders. Yeah. Like Nkrumah said, forward ever, backwards never. Yeah. Now, you are not the future. You are present.
Yeah.
Africa can determine the world order of tomorrow if you are united. And that's why the whites are not allowing us to see tomorrow in coming together as a continent. Yeah. Now you have free trade. Office is being established. You have Secretary General manning the office here in Accra. Yeah. All these are projects leading to connectivity of goods and services. Because if, for instance, Uganda is producing oil, and that oil is very cheap, why should I go to Malaysia? Why should I go to China, Europe, America, to go and buy all these stuffs? Whilst my neighbor here is producing it at the cheapest price. Ghana is producing cocoa. Go down there, they are not having cocoa. Why don't you put a prime on it to do the manufacturing point here in Ghana, by perhaps sending it to Switzerland to go and produce that chocolate there and bring it back to Ghana to come and sell it to us on a higher price? Nobody needs to tell you this. These are all negative things. We need to take our own destiny as Ghanaians or Africans to trade among ourselves. So when the money circulates within the continent, look at this population. You have the power. Powers based on numbers. And we have the numbers.
As we are thinking about all of these, have we thought about the security implications?
The security implications are that all the command officers, the police commanders, the police inspector generals, and then army officers and that kind of stuff, they have that collaboration. For instance, in Africa, here in West Africa, if they all the chief commanders of the security commanders, they have their own association. When it comes to borderless control or any intervention like terrorism and that kind of stuff, they have this collaboration in place. But because of security issues, they are not blowing these stuff out of proportion or to the public. But they have it in place. They put somebody on a wanted list in Nigeria, then they quickly send it to Ghana for officials to have it here. Across the border, Benin will have it, Togo will have it, Burkina Faso will have it, Chad will have it, Mali will have it, Cote d'Ivoire, then to Liberia, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Gambia, they all have it. So within our ECOWAS system, they have that kind of system in place, as well as the southern part of Africa, they all have this system in place. The central part of Africa, they have this system in place. The northern part of Africa, they have a system in place. Africa is divided into 5 blocks. And then Eastern Africa, they have all these security apparatus in place. And then, let me give you another classical example.
Okay.
Uganda, Kenya, and then another country, Tanzania. The people of the Eastern Bloc of Africa, they were having a visa control. So we can use one visa to travel to Kenya, to travel to Uganda, to travel to Tanzania. In doing that, their tourism is now booming. Somebody will go to Masai National Park to see the Big Five. Somebody will go to Kilimanjaro Mountain to see the mountain. Somebody would like to go to other side. In doing that, bring people together, connect people together, and changing the economy overnight. You need to look at the positive asset. God, the negative asset are so many. And if it doesn't take care, that's why we are going to flop as a continent. Because our colonial masters, at the end of the day, they will want to see us begging. Yeah. And I mean, until then, can we beg until Jesus comes?
No. How long are we going to be begging?
How long are you going to beg? All these things need to inform us as Africans.
Exactly.
Then we need to change our narratives. And nobody's going to write our books for us.
Not at all.
We need to write it on our own.
Yeah.
And we feel it and we know it. So we can sell it better than people outside there championing it for us. So being as Africans, these negative things, we need to mitigate it from our society. Yes. So that at the end of the day, you can navigate around our challenges and come back as a people with hope, people with future, people with aspiration, leaving a legacy behind generation to come. If you are not doing all these things, you will stuck somewhere waiting for the Messiah to come. But then you'll still be stuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So now, what I'm saying is that you need to come up as Africans to leave everything behind us. Forge ahead in one unity, as one people, with one common destiny. Yeah. So that you can go to the promised land.
Exactly. Because together we stand.
Together we stand, divided in four.
Exactly.
And then if you are having one passport, connectivity of people will become seamless. Travel connectivity will become seamless. And then if you're having one passport, trade among ourselves will become easier. When we are having one passport, authority as Africans will be reflected in our daily lives.
Which all of these will promote economic growth.
Yeah. So we need to look at that side.
Exactly.
In terms of security aspect, they have that system in place. Yeah. They want to track people, they can do it easily because they have ministers who are in charge of borders. Yeah. When they are having roadmap project for people to have a seamless travel by the year 2063, the ministers of borders met in 2007, and then they divide this mechanism to curtail all these tourism attacks. By the time of 2063, Africa needs to, come together as one continent, having one passport, one currency, as one people.
That's so educative.
Yes, of course. So in doing that, ministers of our borders met in 2007 to come up with this project. Yeah. By the year 2063, Africa will be one as a continent. Not we are sitting in silos. Ghana is here, Cote d'Ivoire is here, Mali is here, South Africa is here, Namibia is here, Uganda is here, Mauritania is here, Seychelles is here. No, but to come as a group, as one people.
Together. Thank you so much. Mr. Eric, so what is the call to action for individuals or organizations who want to come on board to support this borderless Africa?
Head of state.
Head of state.
And then also civil society organizations.
But they are still organizations.
Yes, there are some of the organizations who doesn't play that role.
Okay.
There are some who are there for advocacy. They play advocacy role to ensure that our mission, our vision, and what we stand for must come into reality. That's why there's need for us as a people to work hard to take into consideration. You see, recently, when you go to Russia, you can use the Russia visa to Belarus, and you can also use Belarus visa to Russia. It wasn't there before. Just recently, that's this year, they started. You see, so they are trying to also show something, that they are also trying to unite their own people. Since the Western is not dealing with them very well, they have to deal with themselves very well. So they are also focusing on Africa to make sure that we are also liberated from the hands of our traitors. That's why there's need for us as a country, as a continent. We have to come together and make sure, as my brother mentioned, the purpose of this is to make sure that there's a free movement of human beings. There's free movement of goods and services. And it's going to promote businesses. It's going to promote you can even travel free to other countries. By so doing, you can even learn their languages. It's not only about you being in Ghana alone, but being in Burkina Faso, you can even go there and stay there for about a month to study something and come back. You can go there and study there for about 3 months and come back. So it's about learning something unique about your neighboring country and come here. I apply the same here. Look at our tomato factories. Look at Burkina Faso. They grow tomatoes better than us. So we are also learning what they are doing better that we are not doing. So we are also taking upon ourselves that, look, let us also help our farmers with the tomato seedlings. So they can also grow more tomatoes, and it will bring money and also help in export. So we'll cut the importation of tomatoes from Burkina Faso. Yeah. Other than that, as a country, we'll always be be importing things from outside. If you just look at Burkina Faso here, we import tomato from Burkina Faso. Even Gary, we import even Gary from Togo and other countries, even from Nigeria.
And then when we continue doing that, our economic growth is going to be retarded.
Yes, that's why the president has taken upon himself to make sure that agriculture is the backbone of every country's economy. Agriculture even carries about 60% of every country's economy. So let us make it a priority for ourselves as Africans, for ourselves as business people, for ourselves as tourism industry players or practitioners, to make sure that all that we are talking about will come into reality. But when we are thinking about these things to come into reality, and it's not coming, all our goals will be shattered. So Africa must be one. Africa must unite. Africa, we must use one currency. We must move borderless without any control. We must move borderless without any control. So we are pleading with our head of state that they should unite us so that we will be as one people. Other than that, all that we are saying, we'll go back 2 years time, we'll come back and sit down here and we'll talk about the same issue. So we are pleading with our authorities that they should help us. As we are fighting to become one, they should also help us. So we'll stop taking loans from our donor countries. In
fact, we'll come to that later.
We can even take support from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Because they are our backbone, the African's backbone. Yeah, exactly. So Nigeria can support us in financially, in oil field. They can support us.
For the financial issues, we'll come back to that.
We also can support Togo. We can also support.
We can support Togo.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll come back to that.
Gone are the days we have been giving these people electricity.
Of course.
Yes, even up to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll come back to that. Nana. Yeah. So what is the call to action for organizations and the individuals to advocate for this borderless Africa?
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The call to action is the game changer.
Game changer.
We need to call tourism as a game changer for Africans. Like Roger said earlier, the population, the numbers speak for itself. And you have the numbers. Yeah. So you should allow the numbers to speak for us. Because, like I do the first comparison, if you have a population of 1.5 billion people on one continent, these huge numbers. So let's play our cards based on our numbers. That's call to action. So if you play our cards very well, then that should be our competitive advantage. Because if you want to go to Dubai, spend time in Dubai, you have the same place, you can have the same fun in Africa. You can also travel to South Africa. South Africans can also travel to Ghana. And one thing baffles my mind is that you are not promoting what you have, but you are folding your arms to look for surprises, which is dangerous. I believe it that the time has come for us to do the right thing. Not to sit there for people to do it for us, because it will be on disadvantage to us. You need to take the competitive advantage. In terms of natural tourism site, nobody beats Africa around the world. We have all what it takes to promote our African destination to the rest of the world, for them to visit here. But we are not taking it. I believe the time will come for us to discuss more. Because I'm giving a critical example. In 1884, something happened in Washington by Fraser, who was then Secretary of State. And then he called on 26 countries to have a meeting on Observatory Point to see where the nauticals will end, so that they can get a certain level of the center of the world. Do you know something? When they meet in October 1884 in Washington, by the then Secretary of State, it was happened that where the longitude meet the latitude on equator, it happened as the shores of Ghana, which is 321 kilometers from land to sea. That is the territory of Ghana. How many Ghanaians know that Ghana is the center of the world? How many Ghanaians? If you know, are you promoting it? These are the things call for action. You need to be proactive. Because if you are proactive and you are bagging all these things as product and putting it out there, do you think if you have a replica of Burj Khalifa in Dubai in Ghana at the center of the world, will you travel to Dubai?
Not at all.
If you are having a red time navigation points, they're giving you a red time New York, London, Paris, Berlin. Will you travel to Berlin and go and see there?
Not at all.
All these things call for action.
Exactly.
And then you need to be proactive as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Mr. Eric, please, your last remarks. Please make it jiffy.
I will entreat our African leaders to help us as a people to bring Africa together, so that it will also help us to boost our businesses, to also help us work freely without any fear or favor, to do businesses, so that it will bring something at the end of the day, to bring something on the table. It's a win-win situation. We are not looking at Ghana benefiting alone, but the both countries are benefiting. So
thank you. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win situation.
Thank you for joining us, Nana Baswa Boakye and Mr. Eric Susu. Thank you so much for honoring our invite once again. And then for you viewers at home, thank you so much for sticking and staying with us. This is Good Morning Tourism right here on CHTV. I am Erica Minta Ohene. Join us on the next episode. Until then, bye.